Horns up, Dusters. Welcome to Duster Club. We're going to get started in just 1 second. I want to get us live streaming on Abstract. We're now on so many platforms. It's super exciting. Give me 1 second to get us up and running over at Abstract from our friends at Pingu. And look, there we go. Turn the volume off. All right. Hey, guys, welcome to Duster Club. Welcome to the basement. The communities with the strongest engagement will be the successful meme coins when this market turns around. And what example do we have of unicorn fart dust doing just that? Let's dive in here right away. I want to show you something that I found rather astounding about what you as a community are doing right now. This guy, Gorgonite, who I checked him out. Let's go see who he is. He has, I think it was like 28,000 followers on Twitter. Yeah, 29,000 followers on Twitter. But look what he put out yesterday about us, Unicorn Fart Dust. He said, take a look at this. In the most active communities, where? Who's the most active? And he gave a list of 4 communities. I'll grab a bag of the most active. And then he says, let's go. Look at the comments. Unicorn Fart Dust from Javi. Unicorn Fart Dust from DJ. Unicorn Fart Dust. Here, another Unicorn Fart Dust. UFD, good morning to pigs. I mean, we just dominate when these, and it's important that we do this. Why? Because these are influential people. Someone with 29,000 followers on X is influential. So when they throw out a challenge like that, and you, the Duster community, respond like you do, that's a big, big deal. Keep it up, Dusters, because don't forget the strongest communities, whether it's Murad, whether it's anyone who's talking about crypto in general, it's the strongest communities that wind up being the most valuable crypto in the end. And that will be, in my opinion, just my opinion, Unicorn Fart Dust. Now, don't forget my disclaimer. This is not financial advice. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything that I'm saying. I'm not a financial advisor. Always invest responsibly, guys, please. But do rest assured that what I'm telling you is coming from my heart, because our investment in Unicorn Fart Dust is our largest single investment. So my heart bleeds when the bean price goes down. I'm with you, okay? All right, let's talk about what else is going on here. We got big, exciting yesterday. Is it a big deal? It's a big deal. It is a big deal that Unicorn Fart Dust is getting big, can get big all around the world. What about India? I talk about it all the time. We have 1.4 billion people in India. Yesterday I did a Spaces. It was like 2 hours long. And at the very end, this great guy, right before we had to wrap up, from India joined us, sang a song for us. Okay, we are getting exposure into India. I want to pull up his profile because I believe that he, along with Sath and some other people that have roots and relations in India, could really help us become more popular in India. Let's make sure I've got the right screen up, which I do. So this is our new friend in India, KRP. Real easy. Remember WKRP in Cincinnati? Most of you are too young to remember that, but nonetheless, he's a musician in India, and he is awesome, and he is pumped up about UFD. Here, let me play this for you quickly. We're going worldwide.
When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next.
Okay, now, just to prove to you that he's out there on the streets, even in India. All right, the big deal here, guys. Look, there's 1.4 billion people in India. There's only 1 billion UFD beans, actually a few less. All right, we are big in the United States. We are big in Europe. We're big in South America. Let's get big in India. Do you realize that when we get big in India, there's not enough beans to go around? There's not one bean for each person. So it's critical. Anyone out there who has relatives in India, who has ideas about how we can spread the dust in India, do you realize what an opportunity that is? On top of the fact that now in the West, in the United States, we're on a tier 1 exchange, Kraken. We haven't talked about that for a few days. Things are moving in the right direction. And why are we so special? I found this astounding, this piece of data that came out yesterday. This came from the Solana Floor report. Despite the broader crypto market being down, 250,000 plus new meme coin tokens were launched on Solana in the last 7 days, mostly meme coins. Okay, so think about this, guys. Think about when we think about what we've done and the other good communities out there, right? The Pudgy Penguins, the other communities, the other meme coins that have done well. We talk about it all the time, but we are 1 in a million. Why is that a big deal? Because we have set ourselves apart, right? When you're 1 in a million, you have set yourself apart. That will continue to work in our favor as more and more people find out about UFD, right? We talked about people in India, but we got people all over. We got the tier 1 exchange. The higher we go, the longer we last, the stronger, the more robust we grow, the more momentum our community will develop. And that's because of people like you. Keep up the good work, okay? In other news, let's check this out. I found this very interesting. This was big news in the meme coin sector. Radium is launching its own version of Pump Fun. So what got me thinking about that, I don't know how you feel about this, but people, there's some detractors out there. I was one of them back in the day, like, oh, it's all a bunch of unicorn fart dust. It's not worth anything. These cryptos, blah, whatever. My question would be, if meme coins really aren't worth anything, now we know that's different. We know we've got this value that we create within UFD, but why are so many being created? My other question would be is why does our president, right, our current president of our country, have his own meme coin that not somebody else made about him? It was actually generated from within his organization. Think about this, guys. I believe we are here to stay. I believe we are spreading throughout the world. I know we are the simple, right? We are simple, easy to understand, wholesome, good attracts good, horns up dusters, right? We have our rituals this morning, our daily live stream. Okay, we've got a lot of momentum, and we are this 1 in a million, and people will continue to pay attention to us. People will continue to see UFD for what it is, which is a leader. Today's a big day. It's the Fed day. So in other news, let's go take a look at this quickly because we want to keep track. It's important for us to kind of keep the pulse of what's going on in the general economy. So today, I don't know, about 1 o'clock, the Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell will update their rate projections. It's called monetary policy. Basically, no one's expecting any major changes in interest rates. However, we do want to pay attention to what goes on because what's more important than what the Fed necessarily does at this point is what they say they're seeing in the economy. We got all this stuff going on with tariffs right now, which could create inflation going down the road. We have talks about things like stagflation going on. But the important thing to remember at the end of the day, okay, is that whatever the Fed is doing is really turned into a bunch of smoke and mirrors, bubble gum and duct tape. The ship sailed probably 15, 20 years ago when they made some poor decisions, didn't take the hard medicine when they needed to. And now we're in this situation financially in this country with all the debt that we have, that it's really become an untenable, a very difficult situation. That's why I like things that are finite in value. I like things that are outside. That's why it's important we understand outside of the traditional fiat money system. Things like unicorn fart dust that aren't ruled by the Federal Reserve, right? That are not just particular to one country. They're worldwide. Right? They're decentralized. Nobody can really control it. People can buy UFD anywhere in the world. People can participate. So all this stuff that goes on, I used to use the analogy of it's like a fun house, like the Fed fun house. They got smoke, fog machines, mirrors, all that stuff. it will impact the markets on a short-term basis. If they come out as being what's referred to as hawkish, that means they're going to be disciplined and tight with monetary. They're going to keep interest rates higher for longer. That will be probably bad for crypto, probably bad for things like silver and gold, which are very similar to crypto. If they come out with a dovish slant, if the market reads that they're going to be softer with monetary policy, that will be good for things like crypto. That will be good for our friends at Unicorn Fart Desk. So we're going to keep an eye on what the Fed does today. It'll be interesting to see. And the other thing I want to say about Unicorn Fart Dust and crypto is that we are really in a revolutionary period, guys, where everyone throughout the world, it's democratized our ability to store value. Not unlike what this is doing right now, right? I'm live streaming on X. I'm live streaming on Abstract. We're live streaming on LinkedIn. We're live streaming on YouTube. We are broadcasting all over the world. This changed our ability to communicate, the internet, right? Live streaming, but also important to understand that we're in the early stages with crypto of it changing how the world stores value, right? And I will say it one more time because it's the most important thing ever, right? With a thing like Unicorn Fart Dust, which is being determined by you, the value is being determined by you. We've got this very unique opportunity where a community, a massive, strong, growing, robust community can determine the value of an asset. So it's a very interesting time that we're at in history right now. Let's do the duster of the day. All right. Everybody contributes. You contribute. I contribute. We're together right now. You're contributing right now. I hope you feel like you belong here. You're part of this community. But we're going to recognize Mr. Ali today as the duster of the day. Let's pull up his X profile and take a look at what he's doing. Ali Can 420, you are the duster of the day. Ali has been doing a lot, putting together art. That's, I believe, his wife, Georgie. But Ali's been putting out some art. Look at these beautiful pictures he's generating. He's a person, if I have this correct, he told me like he really got back into generating this art or started generating this art as part of UFD. And look at these. I mean, this is what we can do, guys. Try new things. Try live streaming if you want. I do not have a monopoly on live streaming. Try doing spaces. Try doing all types of things. That's how DJ Litmus, he tried a UFD dance party and it's turned into a huge success. I love this one with the train. Very, very awesome. Ali, thank you for everything you are doing. Let's go out here and read what he wrote to us, Dusters. He has a personal note for us, Dusters, from AliCan 420. Says, it's amazing. Thank you. Well, my wife and I, Georgie, the English lady in France, those of you who are on the spaces know who I'm talking about. She's British, but she lives in France, joined UFD about 9 weeks ago. It's our first ever crypto, and what an experience it's been. We've pretty much been learning along the way with you and the rest of this amazing community. We are in this for the long run and diamond hooved all the way, and we continue to buy a few extra beans whenever we can afford it. I've never created posts or really been active on any form of social media before, so it's been a learning curve, but I love being creative and I will continue to do so. Big thank you to you, Ron, Susie, Jasper, and everyone in this very special community. So there's a great example of hold on here, guys. Technical problems. Nope. There we go. Okay, I think I'm back. Hopefully you guys can still see me and hear me. But that's a great example of one of the things that sets us apart. We appeal to all age groups. We appeal everywhere. We know that. We appeal to good attracts good, and people want to be a part of good. No doubt about it. However, there's a great guy, never been active on social media, never had really done this art before, took a risk, is involved, and is a diamond hooved duster, right? That's what we fill up day by day by day by day. In other news, it's very interesting what is going on at the White House right now. I'm going to shift over and chat for a second with you guys about gold. I thought this was a pretty funny article about Trump. Trump has completely transformed. We know what he's doing with crypto, but he's transformed the Oval Office with gold everywhere. Donald Trump seems to be focused on assets like cryptocurrency and gold that are outside the fiat money system. This is very, very unique. That's the astronaut. Look at all these pictures of all the gold that he's added. We know there's gold drapes, right? Everything's adorned in gold. All the gold ornaments behind him. We know he's doing that. There's the gold FIFA trophy, gold drapes, gold pictures. They said he's had the frames changed on the pictures in the Oval Office. So we've got this administration that is, and why is that important, right? And Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, who's also a gold bug, by the way, but these guys are also into crypto. We are moving into this new regime in Washington that is like at least showing a willingness to move outside of the fiat, the paper money system, which will continue to be very good for the silver price and gold price. Dusters, right? We are the strongest community. The strongest community will win, no doubt about it. One thing I want to mention to you guys right now is how important it is and what a great job you're doing on essentially being there for each other 24 hours a day. I wrote down 24-hour-a-day spaces, right? There's almost all the time something going on with UFD. Please, right? If you want to do something for the community, start a UFD spaces anytime during the day. I know our friend Cryptoholics, right, is doing a morning coffee time and doing an awesome job with that. We know Art does an overnight, Crypto Art does an overnight. I think Sarah, Crypto Digital, a bunch of spaces going on. Please don't be afraid. Right? Don't be afraid to try to start a spaces and say UFD if you want to talk about UFD, if you want to connect with community members. I know that Simon and Ryan Waller are doing one tonight for like mental health and mental well-being. I mean, there's all types of great things going on, and that continues 24 hours a day to spread the dust because we can't forget. Why is that so important? Because the more people we get around the world, day by day by day, diamond hoof dusters who are joining us, the stronger and stronger we become. All right, let's take a look at some of the daily funnies. We got a lot to look at today. Let's see if I can remember to pull all these up. Okay, hold on a second. This was a great piece of art. It's been out there for a few days, but Crypto Art sent it to me. Look at that. Look at all these different people from our community. And I guess that's supposed to be me as 007. So thank you, Crypto Art, for sharing that. The next one, this one just caught my eye on the timeline yesterday. I don't know particularly why, but it just stood out. Something about that I really like. So thank you for sharing that one. This one was a little creepy, but I definitely liked it. I don't know if you saw this, but very interesting, and I like it. But to me, there was a little bit of it was a little spooky in some ways. Look at that. There's our old friend, the unicorn. UFD. This is what makes our community special. All of these artists coming out with great. This one Susie thought was funny. Says Solanadu said at Basement Ron. All right, hold on a second here. Yep, we're up there. At Basement Ron started the parabolic uptrend in gold by launching a meme coin called Unicorn Fart Dust. And it's kind of true. I didn't realize it. Obviously, we know gold is at all-time highs. It'll be interesting to see how crypto, how gold, how silver react to the news that's going to come out of the Fed later today. But yeah, basically since the day that I started UFD, gold has been on a record run. So look, and I'll say this, guys, very similar to what I've done with UFD. I will never tell you what to do. I am not giving financial advice, but for years, I told people that I believed that gold and silver were undervalued. And I did that for free. I didn't charge anybody, similar to what I'm doing here. I just live streamed every day, talked about what I believed. And it wound up that I was right about gold and silver. I'm not always right. I'm often wrong. And it was a long, difficult journey at times. Trust me, gold and silver went through some very difficult periods, but that's the same thing that I'm doing now with UFD. I can't guarantee anything, and I'm often wrong, but I can tell you that I do feel like with what you are doing as a community, all these examples that we see, that we have a very, very bright future for UFD. One more funny to look at, and then we're going to say a few more things from Simon. This was from Susie. She thought this was funny. I'm visualizing the day I play pickleball with Basement Ron. Yeah, well, I got a feeling Basement Ron's going to get beat. But yeah, those are my favorite pajamas. Oh, hold on here. Those are my favorite pajamas, as all of you know. Awesome. All right, guys. Keep up the good work, Dusters. We got almost 1,000 of us together early here, right, on a Wednesday morning. Okay, be strong. Get out there. Spread some dust. Okay, even one little thing, doing something, taking a little bit of a risk. I know we can do it. I know we're in for a good long ride, unlimited potential with UFD. Horns up. Okay, have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. Let's go, UFD!